What's up, YouTubists? Today we're going to be playing more Gold Stake. I was intending on making a video covering the seed that we played in the last YouTube video, which was the shortcut seed that I got too greedy in and died, because it felt so winnable to me, and I wanted to make a video covering it and being like, okay, maybe if I wasn't as greedy, then this is the route that we could have taken to win. Um, I have been running that seed off and on for the entire weekend. And also a little bit this morning. I've found some interesting lines, some interesting technology, but I've probably sunk a dozen or so attempts into it and have not gotten any further than the anti-6 boss blind. So I submitted the seed. If you don't already know, Dr. Spectre, the best Balatro player of all time, has a series where you can submit seeds that are particularly difficult on the gold stake, and he might play them on a video. So I've submitted that seed. So hopefully he plays it and, clues me in on how I could have played it better, because I honestly have no idea how to beat that seed. I was going to go over that today, but I literally just have not beaten it yet. So I would not be able, I would pretty much just be fumbling about. So instead, I'm going to go here. We're going to click the random deck button, and we're just going to play a random gold stake deck. This is the green deck, so let's go green deck gold stake, and let's rock it. Per usual, if you have any suggestions for me, any decks that you want me to play, any seeds that you want me to run, any mods that you maybe want me to check out in future YouTube videos, let me know in the comments. And I hope everybody's having a fantastic day, per usual. The Diamonds Flush has the higher ranks here, so we'll go for the Diamonds Flush. The green deck is a bit interesting. We really want to get out in one hand on the green deck, because that gives us a $6 cash out if we use both of our discards, which is higher than any other deck's cash out will be for like the entire game. We have Paradolia, Jolly Joker, Celestial Buffoon. We have $10. We could also take the Paintbrush. I think Paradolia for a first pick is far too speculative. The Jolly Joker's fine. The Jolly Joker gets us out of this big blind and this boss blind in one hand if we can find like a 2-pair. So maybe we take the Jolly Joker and we just try an econ max. I would like to see something with a bit more substance, so I'm going to go in the Buffoon pack, and then if the Buffoon pack just kind of scams us, we can also take the Jolly Joker. We get Abstract. Abstract's pretty consistent plus Molt. We don't have to worry about interests. Let's also just take that Jolly Joker, and then we can just spam 2-pairs for the first, probably the good first couple of antes, and just try and stock up on a bunch of money. Let's ship this. This should win. This is plus 14 Molt. That gets us out of the boss, does not get us out of the small blind ante 2. I could take a Uranus card, and we could just be off to the races building 2-pair. That seems, I was going to say a little ambitious. It is a little ambitious. Probably 2-pair. We're using a couple of our discards to get consistent 2-pairs, which maybe on the green deck we don't want to do that much, but I mean, 2-pair is not a bad idea. So let's just take the Uranus card. We can take the Hung Man. Go next. We haven't hung anything, so I am completely fine with hanging, I guess, a 7 and a 2 here. Maybe should have hung the 5 instead. I'm too multiplayer brained. I like to keep the 5s to strengthen to 6s for 6th sense, but I think probably keeping 2s is better for Wii synergy. I mean, 6th sense and Wii, if you're keeping specific ranks for specific jokers, those are both like very uncommon things to happen, but it's an idea. Okay, $20. So we are at the hermit cap. Okay, something that I should cover. Also, literally, just would like to point this out. Every single time that I've played green deck gold stake since I've gotten completionist plus, not even on stream, just like in general, one of two things happens. To the Moon shows up in my joker slots because of a judgment, or seed money appears in the shop. And both of those things are worthless on the green deck because they both influence interest. Well, you don't get any interest on green deck. So this voucher's a nothing burger. This voucher essentially reads the same as blank for on the green deck. Now, the thing that I was going to cover, a lot of people ask me, okay, Focus Shock, when we play the green deck, why don't we always just spend down? If interest doesn't matter, why aren't we always just spending to $0? So there's a couple of things. First off, you want to have a bit of a nest egg in case, like, if I maybe spend down to $0 in the shop, next blind I get, let's say, It's small blinds. There's no blind reward money. Let's say next shop I'm going into with like $6. Sometimes there'll be a rare joker that'll be $8, $9, $10 that you're then very sad because you can't afford it in the shop. But much less than that, I think it's useful to save $20 on the green deck specifically because of Hermit. I think Hermit, like an extra $20 from Hermit can save failing runs. Obviously, you know, it's not going to be it's not as formulaic as that maybe. Sometimes you're just going to have runs where you're going to be spending a lot of money because there's going to be a lot of power in your early shops, and that's okay. But I think it is oftentimes worth it to keep the $20 in the bank on green deck specifically because of Hermit. And so a lot of people ask me like, hey, why do you have so much money on green deck? That is generally the answer, is Hermit cards exist. But yeah, I mean, if you're spending down, like, it's probably not that big of an issue. Just be aware when you're spending down that maybe you're going to be dodging some important value pieces if you don't have the money for them. But like, if you're already doing well, then yeah, you can spend down and it's like not a huge deal. Let's take this Arcana pack and then go next. We get Strength, we get Justice, we get Magician. Probably Strength is not terrible for building towards 2-pair. Probably the Magician is going to bring us more value than just a random, a random Strength. Because, I mean, we have the 4 hands, 2 discards. So this was maybe black deck where, like, deck fixing mattered a bit more to hit the 2-pair more consistently. Maybe you would catch me running a Strength here, but I think in this particular scenario, probably I'll just take the lucky cards. You can put Lucky Cat in our shop. Their expected value is always positive. Smash Like, I forgot that my buttons were reversed, so I just discarded a perfectly good 2-pair. Twitch.tv/Focus Shock. You can use your channel points that you earn by watching to switch my discard and play hand buttons, which oftentimes screws me up, as you just saw there. Did screw me out of $2 because discards cost money on the green deck. That's fine. Let's take the Buffoon. We get Smiley Face, we get Eternal Reserved. Well, the Smiley Face is a rental, so I don't really want to be playing into that. Rentals oftentimes feel pretty bad on the green deck if you are not running like a straights build. Essentially, if you're just not running a build where you can win in one hand, I think rentals feel really bad. Because you can't rely on like interest and stuff like that to maybe cover the cost of some of these rentals. So if you're always like playing all of your hands to the blinds, which like maybe right now we don't have to worry about doing, but like later down the line, if we're playing 2-pair, probably we're going to be needing to play 2, 3, 4 hands to win blinds. So if we're spending that much money on our hands, rentals can feel kind of bad. Obviously, there's ways to remedy that outside of like keeping hands, like you make gold cards, even lucky cards. If you get like a money proc, that can be pretty good. But I think, I mean, especially because our scoring is like so good where it's at, probably we don't need the extra scoring from Smiley, and the rental just also feels bad. So probably this is bad. And then Reserved if we're playing 2-pairs. Assuming we get like the absolute godlike draw where we somehow end up with a 2-pair of 5s and 6s and then 4 face cards, we're only getting expected value out of this $2 per hand. So it's net neutral since we're on the green deck and hands cost $2, but that's if we get like the best luck of all time. Realistically, the expected value on this is probably closer to like $1, which is not terrible, but I don't think it's worth the eternal slot. I think we take the rental Smiley and then just sell it. Let's maybe take a Celestial pack. We can get another Uranus card and then we'll go next. Does this actually win? I'm not sure. I'm going to play it anyway just to gauge my score. Okay, that wins. It does not beat Boss. Jolly Joker has 1 round remaining. We are beating the blind relatively quickly, though, which is pretty good. Drunkard is Econ because discards are money on the green deck. So this is essentially plus $1 each round, which is not bad. It's also plus 3 Molt because of the Abstract Joker. Probably I just take that. I'm not playing flushes anyway, so like I don't really care about the Crafty Joker. Pop the Emperor. That yields Tower Lovers. Tower's decent if we're playing 2-pair. Lovers probably matters like not at all. Let's ship the pair. This doesn't win. Maybe if we played the Rock, it would have. I kind of doubt it, but it's possible. Let's play... Okay, now I would like to experiment with the rock, since we are down, or going to be down 2 hands. Okay, the rock would have gotten us close. Let's play you. We're using a lot of our hands here, which is really annoying. The water is also super annoying on the green deck because it's minus econ. You can't use your discards to search for cards, but it's also just a flat minus $3. We'll block the Jolly Joker. I don't really think he matters. Let's sell him since he's debuffed. The photo, I mean, like, photo chat doesn't really work that well with 2-pair, but it is something that we can invest in since it's still relatively early. I think the business card is also not terrible. It is eternal, so it's a little scary. But like you could, God, I can't talk. You could convince me. Let's take the Arcana pack. We get Hungman for deck fixing and Priestess for value are probably our best options here. I don't really like either of these. I think maybe we just take the Hungman. Could hang 4s and 3s. That seems fine. Let's take the other Arcana pack. Just trying to find some kind of value that's like maybe better than Priestess. We find more lucky cards. That's like okay, I guess. I think we have to take the business card just to survive here because we need more molt on the abstract Joker, and then the business card is just money. Let's also just take the photo for the same reason. Go next. I feel a bit worse about having to splurge on these cards because I have... because I'm on green deck. I know we just talked about maybe wanting to save interest money, but when push comes to shove and we need that little bit of extra scoring, you know, maybe being on green deck and not needing the interest feels a little bit better. Okay, we played the 4 of a kind and it got us like almost nothing. Expected value on face cards is $1. So unless we get like extraordinarily lucky, we are not even breaking even if we ship high card faces. So probably here I just play the rock and get out. The face did not yield any money. Wow, this is the worst business card of all time. I feel really bad about taking this Eternal now. That's okay. Chalkboard could keep us alive for right now. It's perishable though. Let's take it. I get the 2-pair faces. Let's just ship it. Probably could have looked for some more business card money. Probably should have looked for some more business card money, but that's okay. We just get out in one hand and then we're chilling. Supernova. We have played 5 2-pairs. So that's not that good right now. It is just straight up better than Photo though, so I'll take it. This has the potential to be much better down the line. Let's take the grabber voucher because that adds up quite a bit on the green deck specifically, and also just more hands for these like spammy builds like pair and 2-pair is just always fantastic. We'll keep $10 in the bank just so we can maybe do something with it down the line. Let's not get the chalkboard value. Tragic, but we're not losing, so I guess we just get to scale the chalkboard. Let's play the straight here for business card money and lucky procs. Okay, we got the business card money. We did not get the lucky procs. That is okay. Any value is good with me. Let's play the 2-pair. This triggers chalkboard, so probably this gets us out. Little shaky. I could be doing a bit of a better job on econ maxing. I mostly just don't want to use my brain because it's green deck, so it's a little unintuitive, but probably that's not a good excuse. It's okay. Needle, I think, is fine with chalkboard. We maybe need like a planet card or two to push us the extra, to push us over the gap. But it should be fine. We get Eternal Wily and Eternal Rental Jolly. Probably this is just a big ol' skip, which is pretty unfortunate. Could sell a Drunkard for a credit card. Probably not worth. Could take a standard pack. I think we just go next. I'm pretty satisfied with my scoring at the moment. Let's not trigger the blackboard so I could maybe get some more business card money. 2,400 points, give or take. So probably we're good to get out of this blind. Let's play this 2-pair for supernova scaling. And then we also get potential lucky hit. We did not get the lucky hit. Let's discard. Let's play the full house for business card money. Maybe we should have played the 2 pair there. Probably we should have. That's okay. Let's discard 3. We get another full house. I think here. Well, let's play the 2 pair. Let's just win. I guess I could discard you in case we get like a king. Okay, well now we have a queen, so let me ship pair of queens for the money. And then I can ship 2 pair queens and 6s, and we get out. All right, that was maybe a better example of how you should econ max with the business card. We did use all of our hands and discards, so we get a $0 cash out, but I think business cards somewhat remedied that, so that's okay. We'll block the drunkard. I'm completely fine with doing so. Now we'll sell you. Let's take the Arcana before we take the Mega Buffoon, but I think I'm taking both no matter what. Maybe just a Lucky Cat run. I joked about it earlier, I'm pretty sure. But we are getting, like, a hilarious amount of Luckies. We'll put those on our face cards because we want to score them anyway with the business card. We get Crafty Joker is terrible. Troubadour is probably not worth. We do have the grabber voucher, so maybe Troubadour is actually kind of good. It is worse right now with the chalkboard because chalkboard wants you to have a lower hand size so you don't have to cycle as many red cards out. I think we take the Troubadour, sell the Troubadour, and then take the banner here go next. Could even reroll. Let's take 1 reroll. We get Raised Fist. Fool. Let's take the Fool go next. Fool's pretty generically useful. Maybe we could cook up something with that. Let's ship the 2 pair here. We get the extra chips from banner, and we ship a bunch of face cards for the money. We didn't actually end up getting any money. Let's just make a bunch of luckies, man. We have this many in the deck. Let's just go full hog on us getting a lucky cat. It's not happening, but maybe. Get a Molt proc. We can ship 1 more 2 pair. Let's use one of our discards to try and ship the 2 pair. With the business card and the lucky card, I think the lucky... Yeah, if you ship a lucky card, the expected value with the money proc is just barely over $1. So I think that shipping high card luckies specifically is just barely worth it on the green deck, so we'll do that. And then let's ship the 2 pair. It's minus money because of the business card, but I want to get the Supernova up plus 13, and the big blind of ante-4 is maybe a little low for where I'd like that. Let's take the Jumbo Celestial. We're blocking Mercury, so we're more likely to hit the Uranus card. That's pretty sick. I could take the Standard, could take Hieroglyph. Maybe with the Needle, we are not making 9,000 points in one hand, so maybe with the Needle, this is a Hieroglyph angle. We have the extra hand from the grabber, so now we need like significantly less points to make it out of the Needle. We top deck all reds. I am so glad that I took that Hieroglyph. Let's toss all of these. I still have a bunch of reds. We do have the wild card as well. Okay, so we can do this, and then there's 1 more red in our hand, but we kept the wild card. So I can make this ace into a wild ace. Probably should have made the 10 into a wild, actually, but that's neither here nor there. Now this will allow the chalkboard to trigger, since the chalkboard wants all cards held in hand to be spades or clubs, while wilds are both spades and clubs. So now if I ship all of the other reds, you can see that the chalkboard goes from not procking to procking. And we don't have any chips from the banner, but we do have a level 4 2 pair, so I want to say this wins regardless. Oh, we have the chalkboard active as well. We didn't have it before. So we were fine to not take Hieroglyph, but honestly, especially with a Supernova, we have business card too. I think Hieroglyph is fine. Let's sell the chalkboard immediately because I don't want to block chalkboard. Campfire is perishable rental. If it was maybe like eternal or even stickerless, probably I would take it just because the campfire is so powerful. But it's not, so I won't. Family, I'm probably not doing a 4 of a kind pivot right now. Let's go into the Arcana. We have a Judgment. We have a $13 Hermit, an $8 Temperance, or a Hungman on 5s. Probably I take the Hermit. Let's do 1 reroll. We get a Dagger. Probably not. Let's go next. The Eye wants us playing no more than 1 2 pair, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Let's maybe keep the rock and look for some jacks. I guess I could do this. Tragic, no money. Okay, let's ship the 2 pair. Can ship the 5 since there are like no 5s. In the deck, that is. And then I can ship these luckies and these face cards. Dude, this is like I need an oops stat. This is like the worst business card of all time. Cartomancer, free tarot cards. Probably just take that. Also plus mult on the abstract. Let's take the Celestial because I would like to keep leveling up my Uranus. My scoring is still not really where I would love it to be. Another Magician card. I mean, don't mind if I do, I guess, at this point. Let's make some more luckies. I could ship all of the lucky faces. Okay, we're getting a bit luckier with our molt triggers. That's not really what I need right now, though. I would adore some money triggers more than luckies, but that's fine. Okay, this 2 pair wins. We don't get to trigger. I could have played a 2 pair faces there, couldn't I? I don't know why I didn't. My brain just doesn't work, apparently. It's too early in the morning for this, and by too early in the morning, I mean 2:04 p.m. Egg is somewhat enticing when we have Cartomancer, but we already have the Eternal Business card. We could maybe get rid of Banner for it. Is that a good trade? Probably not with the eye. Let's go next. Or not go next. Let's skip. Kind of a bad Celestial pack. I guess we could go Mercury. I am going to take some very greedy rerolls here because the eye is very frustrating. Could take a Burger here. Burger is plus $6 because each hand is worth $2, and then that also just gives us 7 hands, which allows us to see more cards and ship more cards. Pretty good. Is it worth over the Banner? Probably. Let's take it. Reroll one more time. We get a Hiker and a plus 16 Erosion. I just take that over the abstract. I think realistically I still die to the eye. The wheel maybe changes that interaction. No wheel. Let's... Man, shipping a high card here feels so bad, I'm not gonna lie. I guess we don't get any, like, extra score for shipping face card 2 pair. We do get the lucky procs, though, so I think I'm gonna ship high card here. That gets, like, no score. I think I need lucky. I think I need exactly a lucky proc 2 pair to get out of the eye. Yeah, because no other hand is scoring, like, any amount of points. Let's ship this. That's not going to count. Okay. We get 2 pair with 4 luckies. If I don't get 1 molt trigger here, I think I'm always dead. If I get 1 molt trigger here, I think it's salvageable, but it's not over. And if I get more than 1, I want to say that I just get out. Let's ship it. Okay. Ooh. Okay, I needed that too badly. This is an issue. No aces, no tens, so I can't go for a full house. We have 3 diamonds, but the diamonds' ranks are significantly higher. I think I go for a diamonds flush. Could go for a straight right here. Probably that's the play. Lucky trigger, pretty please. Nope. Yeah, this is not looking too good. I think I'm just dead. Lucky trigger, full house. Got to be my last hope here. Pretty please. Well, we got the business card money. It was actually not that far off. Maybe should have tried for a full house first into the 2 pair. For lucky procs. Now, the 2 pair had the higher amount of chips. So I definitely should have just went for more lucky hits on the 2 pair. Excuse me. I think Banner was probably, or Burger was probably bait there. Burger's really good for later in the run if we can get out. But for at this point in the run, Burger's kind of bait. For pre-eye specifically, because the extra hands aren't going to matter, right? I guess it is. I guess technically we are seeing more cards from our deck though, so like maybe it's still fine. I don't know, honestly. How could I have played that differently? There were no X-Molt Jokers that I recall besides like a photo. There was, I think, a pack where I could have taken a Jupiter card instead of a Mercury. That probably would have helped. I think the banner might have just been it, man. Because we just didn't have any other... Like, we had the plus molt. We just didn't have any planet levels. So we were in need of chips, I think. Probably we were in need of both. But for specifically, like, pairs and high cards and stuff like that. Like, if we shipped high card and pair with the banner still, I feel like we would have been fine. We would have been fine because we would have had chips, right? That would have bridged the 2,000 point gap. Yeah, probably just the burger was bait there. All right. About 20 minutes into the recording, give or take. We could go maybe one more. Nebula, that seems fine. Go for it. Excuse me. Okay. We have all of these spades. One more time for the spades. What an absolute tragic top deck situation. I think I just have to continue to seek out the spades, honestly. Okay. This is awkward. Let me ship that 2 of spades. Actually, that was a really bad play. After I played that first hand, I should have kept that 2 of spades. Because then any flush gets me out. After I've like already played a hand, right? That was I'm too get out in one hand brained. $0 cash out, that's huge. Can't afford the popcorn, we have to go for the buffoon pack. The business card was also something to consider there, but I like to have scoring. Maybe with the telescope voucher, the business card was the better play there. I think you could probably argue that. Ship the flush. We picked up misprint for our score. Misprint gives us a +1, which loses us $1 because I have to ship an extra hand now. If it gives us like a +0 here, never mind. It could have given us a +0 and we would have gotten out exactly. I'm underestimating 2 pairs scoring, I guess. Speculative oops. I mean, I don't like speculative oops, but last time we took a speculative oops, it turned out pretty well for us. Let's take the speculative oops. Speculative oops is funny. I'm pretty sure last time we took it was on black deck and we like steamrolled that entire run. So maybe that's a good omen for me. Maybe I should open my eyes to taking the speculative oops more often. The clubs have the highest rank, so we'll go for the clubs flush. We almost get clubs straight flush. I'll settle for flush though. Misprint gets me out. W misprint. $8. I could take the jumbo buffoon. Rental riffraff is just a one-time 2 common jokers unless I want to pay the rent on it. That sounds good to me. We get crazy joker, greedy joker. Don't love either of those if I'm being honest, but I can work with both. Let's go for the straight. We find the straight immediately. Let's go for this straight since we get 2 more procs off of the greedy joker. Let's sell the riffraff. I don't really want to pay the rent on him when I'm already this broke. We're also committing a cardinal sin on the Nebula deck right now, which is not pair maxing immediately. My most played hand is flush. My second most played hand is high card. That's generally really bad on the Nebula deck, but it's okay. Generally, I think if you're not playing like a super spammable hand on the Nebula deck, you're kind of throwing. Because like the spammable hands are not carried by their planet cards, but they are made much more consistent by their planet cards. So if you can force the planet cards to appear in every celestial pack, then they become like infinitely better. But obviously you can play other hands on the Nebula deck. It's just much easier if you play something like pair or like high card or 2 pair, something along those lines. Don't love anything in this shop. Could take the Jumbo Arcana, but I'm not expecting to make $7 back off of that because of interest caps. So we'll just go next. The diamonds always appear at the rightmost part of your hand when you sort by suit, so we know that these 3 are diamonds, and if this is not above the queen in rank, so we know that's not a diamond. That's also not above the queen in rank, so we know that's not a diamond. These 5 are diamonds. Ship the flush. That's a quick plus 15 on the greedy joker. Misprint gives me, I think, the exact hit that I needed to not get out in 1. That's actually huge. Ship the pair here. $10. We could take ice cream and then just start forcing pair. Maybe 2 pair with the oops to proc more like lucky cards is a thing. Could take the wasteful voucher here too. Probably not immediately right now, but like it's there. Going to the spectral. I think spectrals are always expected value. We can put a talisman on a king and then maybe lucky that up and, excuse me, copy it. Probably I didn't need to take that Uranus card, but we'll just start like building towards a particular direction. We'll take the Uranus card. Let's use our discards here because with the ice cream we can probably get away with just playing a pair, and I would like to find that gold seal. We don't find it, so let's just ship the 2 pair. Misprint makes it so that we are not able to get out. W misprint. I'm going to ship the 2 pairs here instead of the full houses as well because we are on Nebula deck, so we can make Uranus appear in our Celestial packs. If we play enough 2 pairs, we are 2 pairs away from them being guaranteed. It's pretty good. Bust stuff, pretty good with 2 pair. We have the gold seal on the face, so maybe I don't want to pick that up. We also have a rental already, so maybe I like super don't want to pick that up. But it is a thing that we could have done. +0 misprint. That's my goat. We get another 2 pair. Ship it. Okay. Gonna have to play a pair here. I would actually rather this didn't win so that I could score maybe the gold seal. Nope. Tragic. We are not keeping that extra $1 of interest. Another rental riffraff. Honestly, I kind of dig that. That's just a free joker right now. Crazy and greedy are both doing essentially nothing for us. Get an immolate as well. It does not hit the gold seal. Doesn't hit either face card either. That's outstanding. Let's take the wasteful voucher and the standard pack. Take a purple seal. Go next. The eye with popcorn now is pretty much just free. Let's ship the 2 pair. We score the gold seal. Sell the riffraff as well because we only have the 1 slot and I don't want to pay rent on it. So keeping it is kind of just diminishing returns. I can't read. Let's... Wait, does that actually increase the amount of... Okay, this is a complete throw. I want to... Does this increase the amount of times that I've played it? Oh, it actually does. Okay. And that allowed me to find the purple seal. You know what? That wasn't a throw. That was actually a really good play, and you should learn stuff from me. Smash like. Let's ship this. I don't know why I thought that wouldn't count, but I'm pretty sure if you ship a hand to, like, the Psychic and it doesn't trigger, I'm pretty sure that goes against counting for, like, Grimbo and stuff like that, right? Like, I'm pretty sure hands that are, like, that specifically say, like, not allowed don't count for scaling mult jokers, right? So I figured maybe it was the same for like the amount of times you played a specific hand for like planets. I don't know. -1 consumable kills me again. I always forget about that when I play Nebula. Should have kept that to block actually, but we still find the 2 pair. Oh wait, no, okay, I'm forgetting the entire gimmick of Nebula apparently because we don't need to block if the Uranus card is guaranteed. Could take the rebate here. Probably it would have been better than this speculative oops. I think we only have room for one or the other, though. I don't really want to be keeping... I don't want to be holding a speculative oops and an Eternal Mail-In. Eternal Mail-In's fire, and I would much rather have it than the speculative oops, but... I don't think we can have both is what I'm getting at. Let's ship this. That does not win. Let's go for the gold seal. I guess we could play another 2 pair. I wasn't paying attention to not mail-in, misprint though, so I don't know if that would win if we maybe shipped it. Let's play the gold seal. Yeah, see, that would have won, and then we wouldn't have gotten gold seal value, so that's fine. $7. We have an Arcana pack and a Standard pack that we can peek in. Maybe the worst Arcana pack of all time. However, we do have Luckies in the deck now, so this could be a Lucky Cat run. Let's take the Purple Seal, go next. Seed money is something that I'm interested in, but if I don't end up being able to afford it, that's like fine. It's not the end of the world. W voice crack. Gonna probably need 2 pairs here. -1 consumable slot strikes again. Let's do this just for maybe like a death target. I know that seems unintuitive, but I don't like copying seals that don't also have enhancements, so it makes sense in my head. And if it makes sense in my head, surely it makes sense in everybody's head. We get a devil card. That's actually pretty sick. Let's do this, and then this 2 pair will get us out. Let's maybe discard these 3. Should have discarded 4 there and then used the devil card for like maybe another lucky card or the gold seal, but that's like not a huge deal at the end of the day. $10. I can look in both Arcanas and I think still have money to take the whatchamacallit. Let's make bonus cards. The seed money. Man, these Arcana packs are just not doing it for me today, I'm not gonna lie. We have 5 10s because of the purple seal, so I can make 10s. Tens and 9s. 10s and queens, maybe. That seems fine. Take the seed money, go next. Needle! I think I'm dead because I can't read. Unless I find more bonus cards. Okay, I found the bonus kings. I think that honestly saves me. Let's maybe go for the lucky queen. I'm going to do this because that gives me more money. Ship it. Misprint. Tragic. All right. Well, that's where I'm going to call it for today. I know we did a lot of losing, but I do a lot of losing anyway. It's okay to lose, chat. Oftentimes I get sad by I get saddened by how many games I lose in Gold Stake, but I think it's fine to lose games, man. Losing games is how you learn at the end of the day. Plus, I was playing really fast here. I'm gonna keep it a stack. I did not get great sleep. Woke up early to meet a friend of mine for breakfast. It was very fun. I would do it again in a heartbeat. But just the schedule that I'm on, I stream super late, so I normally go to bed super late. So I went to bed super late yesterday and woke up not super early, but woke up far earlier than I should have. So I'm a little bit like running on fumes, but that's okay. Played a little fast, played a little inoptimal, so to speak, but that's all right. Love you guys. We'll be back tomorrow. Again, let me know your suggestions for what you want me to do in the future for these videos. Stay safe, sleep well, and have a good one, folks. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Treat others nicely, and that starts with yourself. Peace out.